Reporting from @Park, the Giants found their rotation finally compete, with Jeff Samardzija clicking into place as the final piece to the puzzle Saturday afternoon after missing over 2 months of the and for a homecoming that involved shaking off some rust, he performed pretty well, allowing 3 runs on 7 hits over 5 innings. But St. Louis righty Carlos Martinez W6-4, 3.05 ERA had the benefit of being rust-free, and he kept San Francisco bats silent, a familiar theme as of late, for 7 innings, allowing just 1 run on 6 hits. Despite a last gasp from the Giants 46-45 in the 8th, in which flamethrower Jordan Hicks allowed 1 more run, the Cardinals 46-42 took the penultimate game in the series, 3-2. Samardzija L. 1-5, 6.42 ERA looked like vintage Shark as he breezed through the first 2 innings effortlessly on 23 pitches with back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings, even hitting 93 on the gun. But things got a little rough after that. Colton Wong led off the 3rd inning with a single and then stole second. The inning culminated when Martinez, who came into the game batting .231, knocked a double to left for his 4th RBI of the year, getting the Cardinals on the board, 1-0. Samardzija struck the next 2 batters out, but not before Cardinals center fielder Tommy Pham suffered what looked like a rather uncomfortable injury. Pham fouled the first pitch he saw off of his protective cup, but after a brief interlude, during which Pham caught his breath, Samardzija earned the 3rd strikeout of the game, with strike 3 clocking in at 95.5 miles per hour. The 4th and 5th innings were also taxing. Samardzija allowed 2 more runs on 4 singles and a sacrifice fly to give the Cardinals a 3-0 lead in the 4th. And he narrowly escaped the Cards, putting up an even more crooked number in the 5th with runners at the corners and 2 outs when Paul DeJong launched a rocket that looked like it was on its way out of the park. Samardzija and 39,606 fans at the yard were glad to discover it nestled comfortably in Gorky Hernandez's glove at the warning track, instead. But overall it was the bats that failed Samardzija and not the other way around, and manager Bruce Bochy was pleased with the big righty's first start back. His stuff was there. He bumped 96. I thought he had good secondary pitches, that he was throwing for strikes, and he looked more like the Jeff we know. It should only get better. Samardzija felt good about his performance as well. My timing's coming along nice, arm strength feels good. IWASNT really looking too close to velocity. I knew it was coming out good from warm-ups. The ball was doing what we wanted it to do, and to me that's the most important. The more times I go out and throw 90 or 100 pitches and get that strength up, the velocity will be able to climb, too. One thing that has to be encouraging to the Giants is the fact that Samardzija maintained command and velocity throughout the outing, walking only 1 and throwing with a velocity as high as 94.1 miles per hour as late as the 79th of his 81 pitches for the day. After Samardzija's first injury, a right pectoral strain out of spring training, there was a rush put on his rehab, and the results were not good. In 8 starts after his first return April 20, he owned a 1-4 record with a 6.56 ERA. But Samardzija said Saturday's outing felt much different from the last time around. That first time we thought we could kinda come back and throw through it and the arm strength would increase and then we'd feel a lot better after that, but sometimes you can try to will yourself through some things that aren't there. So this time, all of the starts coming back from rehab in AAA till today have all been free and easy. The mistakes I have made aren't because of the arm, they're just because of the execution of the pitch, and that's always a good thing. The bullpen took over from the 6th inning on and put up yet another admirable, leak-proof performance with scoreless innings from Derek Holland, Sam Dyson, Corey Guerin and Mark Melanson. Guerin had an especially strong outing, whiffing the first 2 batters he saw on just 7 pitches before inducing a flyout from Dexter Fowler. But it didn't matter because the Giants' offense continued to scuffle. San Francisco didn't even get on the board until the 6th on a 2-out RBI double from Brandon Belt, after Hernandez led off the inning with a single off of Martinez. And the second run they scraped across in the 8th off Hicks. At the century mark with his pitch count, Cardinals manager Mike Matheny replaced Martinez after the 7th inning with the rookie sinker Bala Hicks H12 2.56 ERA, who topped out at 102.7 miles per hour in the Saturday afternoon contest. Bochy expressed awe at Hicks' performance. That's pretty impressive isn't it, you see, Harold's Chapman, but it looks like HES taking it up just a notch. That's a big arm there. That's gotta be the biggest arm in baseball we just saw. After inducing a harmless ground out from Hernandez, Alan Hansen hit a soft grounder to second that, with his wheels, he was able to beat out for a single. A wild pitch with Andrew McCutchen at the plate allowed him to take second, and Belt racked up his second RBI of the day by shooting a 100.4 mph sinker into center field to score Hansen. Belt described what he saw from Hicks and what his approach was. It moves quite a bit, and it's hard to not offer it something that's going 104 miles an hour, that starts in the strike zone but ends up out of it, but you gotta do the best you can. I think mentally you just have to tell yourself not to speed up too much, because that's kind of your automatic reaction when you see somebody like that. You just have to kind of calm yourself down and make sure you see the ball just like any other at bat. Despite getting within a run, St. Louis shut the Giants down one last time in the ninth with closer Bud Norris' 17.287 era at the helm of the team's slumping bat spot. She said, "We just gotta get these bats going. We've got some guys that aren't in the zone right now, so to speak. Well, come out of this. You guys have seen how we can put runs on the board, but you go through these stages, and right now we're going through one." Up next, the Giants will play the series finale against the Cards Sunday with Madison Bumgarner 1-3, 2.58 era on the bump, facing Jack Flaherty 3-4, 3.19 era. Notes the Giants have yet to announce the results of an MRI performed Saturday to diagnose the severity of a strained left groin Joe Panik sustained in the fourth inning of Friday's game, but he was placed on the 10-day disabled list before the game. Julie Parker is SFBay's San Francisco Giants beat writer. Follow at SFBay and at Inside the Park 3R on Twitter and at sfbay.ca for coverage of Giants baseball.